Hey guys, welcome back to some more Sonic Unleashed. It's time to go to the one continent that every Wii/PS2 player doesn't know what you're talking about. It's time to go to Empire City.
What? New York City? In my Sonic game? I know we already had this joke before when we visited it back in the main game.
Wasn't this the stage that only had like 2 levels in it or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because now we get to do the extra stage here. Notice I said extra stage. There's only one, and it's super short. This only has a total of 3 levels in the base adventure, which really makes you wonder, yeah, why is Empire City really here? And that's why I got scrapped for the Wii PS2 game. There's no reason to port it. Because story significance, nada. This definitely felt like it had bigger plans earlier in development, but we just didn't have time to fulfill those said plans.
God, I love the saxophone, man.
I know.
Freaking love jazz music.
Oh, I see. You two also play Persona.
I mean,
Yes.
Because don't you know, Persona is the only jazz thing in the world, and it invented jazz. Nothing else had jazz first.
Oh, invented jazz music. Oh, yeah, I've seen that meme around. It's like, this music sounds like Persona music. You mean jazz music? But jazz music wasn't invented until 2017 when Persona 5 came out. God. I hate that. Like I'm a big fan of Persona, but I can even like cringe at this stuff. Like seriously, like when that game came out, as much as I love Persona 5, holy crap, was that put on a pedestal. Oh my gosh.
That's the problem when something gets too popular, because that is a guaranteed thing to happen. Because I feel like almost every franchise has that one title that got put on a pedestal and nobody wanted to hear about it because of that.
I mean, I'm kind of getting that way with like how certain games come out nowadays, like
Especially indie games.
That's fair. It's only because of just how big word of mouth is nowadays for a lot of stuff, because of social media.
I've been seeing so many ignorant posts about, and I'm not trying to throw shade at the game or anything, because I'm sure it's a good game. I mean, I don't really have any interest in play it myself, but I hear good things about it. But that Expedition 33 game, oh my gosh, it's one of those games that's getting put on a pedestal really, really bad, to the point it's becoming obnoxious. And that's kind of the same thing that Persona 5 was going through a lot when it first came out.
I mean, you're just describing the Undertale problem, because I feel like that's when it really started to happen, and that was 2015.
Like, I get when games are good, they're good, but I feel like sometimes we go a little bit, I say we, I mean like there's people on social media.
The fans
go a little bit too overboard about how glorious their game is and everything like this. Like, I'll tell you one thing, Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games ever. Am I gonna sit here and praise talk about its praises all the frickin' time about how wonderful it is and no one dare talk bad about it the whole entire time? No, because I know it has problems. Trust me, I bitch about it all the time. And I still love it. But still, it's like, my biggest problem is just like, it gets to the point when I see constant stuff about games being put on pedestals and stuff like that, to the point where you're seriously seeing comments saying like, almost along the line of, JRPGs haven't been good, or RPGs hasn't been good since Final Fantasy X until Expedition 33 came out. I'm like, what? I said, so you're telling me that it's been over 20 plus years since an RPG's been good? Okay, keep telling yourself that, buddy.
To be fair, to go back to your Zelda logic, that's what people said about Breath of the Wild when it came out. We haven't had a good Zelda since 1998 with Ocarina of Time. And that's just some people just over-exaggerating to say something's good. And yeah, 100%, it's just being ignorant.
That's just flat-out ignorant. I hate those types of tweets, because it's just like, that just tells me you don't... It's fine to have an opinion, but that just tells me you don't play enough games.
Yeah,
That's just
you
all
only
it
play a
tells me.
certain type of game at that point, and that's all you're wanting to do.
That just tells me flat out you don't play enough stuff to even like to enrich yourself into the genre you claim to love. You know what I mean? It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's just more of like I think the real problem nowadays is just FOMO has been a real big problem in society for many years, and you have to essentially just kind of jump into the conversation right then and there. And the best way to do that is to blindly praise, because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people we talk about who would praise something up and down are usually people who haven't actually played that said game in question. They're going over word of mouth. That's mostly it a lot of the time. That's why I just don't really care. Don't really read social media and play my titles offline, because I'm good.
And I like talking about games I like, but I'll tell you one thing that really puts me off of a game. And this was the same, I'll talk about that story, but like this is the same for a lot of things that are super duper popular. When something is super duper popular to the point where I can't stop hearing about it from people, it really turns me off of that game. I hate being that way because I know that's not a very logical sense to be acting that way, but I just get tired of hearing about it. So I kind of just avoid it like the plague. And I know that's the fan base doing that, because I was like that with Undertale when Undertale was getting really super duper popular. I was the same way when Shovel Knight came out and it was super duper popular. But after a while, and all the raging storm calms down, and then the next year's games come out, and then everybody's talking about that. I usually go back to these games, and I'm like, yeah, that was a fun game. Really like it. And that's usually where that conversation ends.
Yeah, it's a problem I just see with most media in general. It's overexposure. You're just tired of it because it's all you see, so you need a break. That's exactly why you avoid playing the title in question, because it's just too much. And you wait until it dies down because, like, oh, I have interest, but I've seen too much. I think at this point, I played it just by what I've heard. So you just don't even feel like any value of playing it.
Yeah, it kind of does the opposite effect of making me want to play it.
Yeah, that's why I just stay off socials for that kind of stuff. Because it's just way too much on sites like Twitter, for example. Or at least it used to be, until the site fell apart.
To me, like, if a game is overhyped and I still want to play it, I'm going to play it on my own, and then I'm just going to keep my mouth shut about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
They give you a crap ton of rings here for whatever reason.
Yeah, I will say, this stage is kind of annoying to get the S rank on, because there are so many rings in this stage, you have to get the score alone just from the ring bonus. If you take one hit here, you pretty much have to reset. At least when you're past the halfway mark with the chaser. You have to be really careful how many rings you have by the end. Because as you can tell with my points, I barely got it. And that was mainly because I had the extra ring by the end, because it was 150k. As we keep on mentioning this series, who the heck cares? You don't need S's. You're just doing this for your flex, and it's not worth it.
Unless you want to get trophies. That's about it.
And even then, you only need to get certain S ranks. I don't even think it's like any in particular outside of like the beginning of the game.
There's so many S ranks you can get that are easier than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So you eat your beans for every meal. Sorry, I saw beans and that just reminded me of that.
Sonic looks in the bag. Wait, these are cocoa beans.
Chow beans? Wait, does that say chow beans or cocoa beans?
Yeah, it's chow beans. It's chow beans.
This says chow beans. Okay. I thought you almost fell off the side there for a second, like you got trapped outside the invisible wall or something.
I've never had that happen, but yeah, it is possible to fall in that section. Obviously, if you're not grabbing the wall.
Wait. Hold on. Does that say Soliana Hotel?
I don't know what it said exactly. It might have, because it does say something hotel. The camera's really hard to see on that specific sign. But yeah, I do believe one of the signs here is just flat out Soliana Hotel. What a thing to call back to.
That's funny. That's funny. What a thing to call back to right after the train wreck happened. I know that Sega's more accepting of it now, but like right here in 2008, no, they didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, no, this time period, they were trying to stay very far away from anything Sonic 06.
We just take the hit.
It's not like I have a absolute metric ton of health or something. Doesn't matter. This section's annoying.
You just had to bring up 06. He just gave up.
He just gave up there.
That is a mood.
Can you jump over the barrier like the other stage?
Yeah, there are more invisible walls in this stage, so you have to know where they're at to go around them, but you still can kind of skip a lot in Act 2 because of just jumping over the wall, which is 60 frames exclusive, so you're not doing this in the original Unleashed ports.
Like, I remember in whenever you did rooftop whatever this is called, Scamper?
Skyscraper Scamper. That's what technically the levels are called.
Skyscraper Scamper. I just remember, like, that's like the only, like, exploit I would use is in that stage to use the uppercut move to jump over the invisible barrier in that one door.
Yeah, I mean, like, Act 1 specifically, you can skip so much of the level in general just by jumping over walls. Because there's no invisible ceiling past the fences, so you can just jump right over the fence and just skip a lot of the level.
Oh, gosh. Okay, good thing you didn't die.
And also, don't kill these enemies because you're gonna need them on the way back and they don't respawn. Found that out the hard way once.
Usually for these enemies, I wouldn't kill them anyways, so...
Yeah, I mean, you can if you're doing an aerial combat in the air just to like, get over to a platform. I've done that before to save myself. And that's where sometimes you run into problems.
I'm glad that thing doesn't flat out like make you drop like a rock in the middle of the air, because
yeah,
you would have died.
That's why they don't, because they probably saw how that worked in playtesting and realized, oh, if you get hit mid-air, you just insta-die in these sections. So let's just take away that functionality, just to make sure players don't die by accident.
Now, what does this sign say? Something parking.
Yeah, it's always kind of hard to see, because unfortunately we can't move the camera in these sections that well, because it's the herky-jerky camera.
God, the saturation of that sign sucks, though.
Oh yeah, it's just beat red. Good luck trying to read that on the road.
With the glow of red behind
glow
it.
Effect. It's like a glow effect. I know it's supposed to say, you know, it's supposed to just be a neon light, but God, that glow's like really killing the saturation there.
And that's saying something, because we played Chun-nan Night Act 2, which was oversaturated. And that's more saturated. Well, at least for one color.
Alright, word of advice for text like that. If you're going to have a glow behind a red coloring text, do not put red behind it.
Yeah! There are some colors you don't put on top of each other for very obvious blending reasons.
The best one to do that with would be black, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it works more like a drop shadow if it's black.
Yep.
We got one more, don't we?
One more stage here, and then we're done with America for good.
God, that really was short.
Yeah, there's really nothing here. One extra stage, and then 2 DLC sections per day and night. Like, there's not much in Empire City, even for DLC. This is why for the DLC packages, there's like one specific pack, you get 3 different continents in one, and Empire's in one of those packs. Because there's not much here, you don't have to worry about it.
I always love it whenever they have the little arrow above their head whenever you're like it's like, oh, you can finish combo on them. It's just like a big old arrow just pointing at them saying, throw this mother trucker.
Yeah. Because that's not obvious.
Can you just let me pull a lever?
Oh yes, fresh meat. In my way of my lever. They keep coming, and they just don't stop coming. They don't stop coming.
Are you, like, back when you guys were kids, did this ever annoy you? Like, you'd be going through a game, you just want to get through it, and then there's always, like, a cutscene that goes on a little too long, or an enemy pops up when you just want to pull, like, the lever, for example. Did that just make you rage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say rage per se, but definitely a lot more impatient, especially when you're replaying a section multiple times.
Yeah.
I know the most infamous example a lot of people think of is the Riku fight from Kingdom Hearts because of just the super long cutscene in the original release.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was no way of skipping it until Final Mix.
There's no way you're taking Kawai's heart!
I guess I was more of a very impatient kid myself, because that would always annoy me and not make me want to play the game anymore.
When I played Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the first time on the Game Boy Advance.
I'm so sorry.
For one.
I actually like that version. I'm sorry. I don't like it. It's fine. It was funny because, like, I had my own, like, Riku 2 moment from Kingdom Hearts 1 with the Riku 4 fight in that game. Funny, it's both Riku fights, but anyways,
I'm noticing a trend here.
Yeah.
There was a giant cutscene, like, and the thing is, though, your Game Boy Advance is like you just have to mash through the text all the time. And every RPG back then, if you died to a boss, you gotta watch the cutscene again and just mash through the freaking text again to get to it so you can refight the boss.
Yeah.
I think in modern games, luckily they have a skip option, which I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, I'm glad we're done with those days.
Yeah.
Last year, the Mario and Luigi series, which they took that complaint to heart. You can't skip cutscenes if you have to redo something, so we'll put a fast forward option in instead. That's not much better, actually, because you're still reading all the same text.
Yeah.
It just doesn't take as long, and I hate that. I really don't understand why they don't have a skip option at this point in that franchise.
Off the building you go, buddy. Now let me beat you up so I can get my gold ring. Please?
And that wasn't even our objective here. I just don't want the enemies here because they're a problem. It's just to turn off this one electric gate over here, and to do that, you just need to destroy generators, not even enemies.
But the reason why I brought up, like, the rage thing is because when I was playing Digimon the other day, I had a goal in mind of what I wanted to do at a certain part in the game. And I was going towards the area I need to go to, and I ended up running into, like, a 20-minute cutscene. And by the time the cutscene was done, I literally forgot what my goal was.
What I was doing.
And that made me mad more than anything.
Yeah, that's about right.
I hate that too. It's like that's more of a getting old problem too. It's like, what was I doing again? Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
You get distracted long enough.
Well, also sometimes for a game specifically, it feels like a beginner's trap, where if you don't know there's a long cutscene coming up, but you trigger it anyways, so now you're just stuck in story.
Well, like, I get it. This game's an RPG, so there's going to be cutscenes, obviously, and there's going to be times where the game interrupts what you want to do something else. And another example was I was forced to do something that I didn't want to do in the game because of the story. And I'm just like, well, this just makes me mad. As much as I'm enjoying this game, I want to do what I want to do in it. Let me go, like, grind or something.
Hey, don't railroad me, please.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, as we're finishing up this stage, I kind of want to give a little bit of a pro tip of, I mean, it's going to sound very obvious, but don't die. I have to say it this way because at the very end, they put Titans right next to a ledge. So if you get hit by any attack with a Titan...
Goodbye, S-Rank.
Well, let's just say, embrace your inner Tom and Jerry scream.
That one?
That sounds more like a Goofy scream.
Well, now that we're done with the extra stages here in Empire City, there's only one more continent for us to take a look at in terms of the extra stages here in Sonic Unleashed, and we'll be doing that next time around. With that said, join us back here for the finale of Sonic Unleashed, where we head back to Adabat one final time to take a look at the extra stages there. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.